Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm back at that one spot and we're going to be doing a little bit of metal detecting with the Goldbug 2 metal detector. Now I've been wanting one of these metal detectors for many years now, and an opportunity finally came up and I got it for a pretty good price. Now, this one came with the 6-inch coil. Now when I first found this spot, it looked like a great spot, so the metal detector will be able to tell us how good of a spot it really is. But before we start, I want to show you real quick of what I'm dealing with here. Now, for all of you who follow my videos, you've probably seen the same outcrop several times over now, but I'm going to show it again real quick. Alright, so the rock type is metamorphic rock, and the rock is called gneiss. It's one of the highest grading metamorphic rocks there is. And then it's also mylonited from the shear stress of a detachment faulting that happened millions of years ago that came through here. There's also pegmatite intrusions and also granite plutons that make up these mountains, and along with this rock here. There's a big quartz vein right here, and over the top of this quartz vein you have this dark rock, super crumbly. I just barely touched it, fell apart, made up of hornblende and amphibole minerals along with garnets. So this is likely a metamorphic mafic silurdite that intruded in here and then became metamorphosed from heat and pressure. And then you got areas like this where you got highly oxidized quartz, but you got these little veins. You got vertical veins that shoot up across the rock, and you got another one right there. Then you have veins that follow the bedding planes, like this vein here. This one goes with the bedding planes, and then you have some veins that cut right through the bedding planes. So any metals in those fluids, when these veins were deposited, they can travel with the bedding planes or vertically cutting across the bedding planes. And you got these little fluid. These are probably likely the banding that was in the rock that got folded. They could also be the little veins that intruded through the bedding. That's what it looks like actually. These look like they intruded through the bedding planes and then got folded. There's lots of quartz. Hopefully you can see that. Lots of oxidized stuff here. It's hard to tell what these rocks are because they're so oxidized, but if you look right there, get you in better lighting maybe that would help. You can see there's little bits of quartz and feldspar, but this whole rock is oxidized, so it's hard to tell what I even have. And there are tons of rocks all over the place, and the one thing about these rocks is they're loaded with sulfur minerals, and this one's pretty yellow, like it looks like it's sulfur, but if I was to take one of these rocks and I was to break it open, try to crack it on this rock, like that, and then if I was to smell it, you can smell all the sulfur coming out of the rock when you make a fresh break on it. Alright, well, it's time to test this thing out and see what it can do. I'm going to be very much a beginner of this, so I'll probably be making a couple of mistakes, but I've did some reading up on it, and hopefully I'll be able to use this the best I can. Alright, so let's power this thing on. Turn sensitivity all the way up, and then work that threshold. Don't know if you can hear it, but the threshold is just barely audible, so I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Alright, next is ground balance, so alright, so next I'm going to try to ground balance this thing out. Alright, see what we can get here. I'm already getting a hit, I think. Maybe it's just the mineralization here. Okay, high mineralization's on it, still hitting it. Alright, so it's reading something right in here on this pegmatite material. Right on these little minerals that are sticking all over. See that? This is where it's hitting, right in here, somewhere in this area. So it's going off in here. I'm not sure if it's these minerals here that are setting it off or what it could be, but it's definitely going off here, and you can see there's a little bit of oxidation going on. There's quartz, so Alright. It's detecting something right there too. Right there. Right here. I'll come back down here. Ooh. Getting a target there. And then of course that spot right there. Where is it? There it is. Let's try this area here, this little spot. Oh, got too close to the camera. Sounds like a little something right there. You hear it? Something there. Next to this little area. Getting a target there. And ground balanced. So I got a target there. What about that material? Alright, so we got a couple hits here. Nothing in that vein. A couple hits over here and here. Next, let's try this vein over here. See if we can get anything out of that. So let's make our way over here. So we got this area. That. Nope, nothing. There might be something right there. It's very, very faint. This is why you're supposed to have headphones. Alright, let's try this area right here. Ooh. Sounds like there's something right in here. So we got a target right there. Ooh. That's a super loud signal right there. Huh. Try right here. Nothing. Now let's follow this vein. That kind of goes up here. Ooh. That's really loud signal on this vein right here. Right there. So right in here we got something too. And we got this vein. And nothing. Next I'm going to hit all this stuff down here that's fallen off and see if we can find anything. I'll probably have to re-ground balance. Alright, let's see if there's anything down here. I mean, there's stuff up on the upper wall since this all came down. Yep, something right there. So we got a hit there. I mean, if there's hits up on the upper wall, there's going to be hits down here. Got a hit there. Alright, so right here's where I had my first target. And I believe it's this right here. However, if I continue to go over the spot, still tiny little hits. But here's that stone I recovered. Hear it? And here it is. That stone was sitting right there. A close look at that. It's probably what they call a hot rock. Interesting. It's pretty, got some weight to it though. I'll take it, probably just for the heck of it. It's just a hot rock probably, but who knows. It's reading it, and I'll take it. Alright, so I got another hit. Lots of hits actually in this pocket. This was also being detected, so probably just another hot rock. However, looking at some of the stuff here, it is quartz, and it was reading the quartz pretty well. So this rock here is the amphibole hornblende. So the metamorphic mafic rock. So a little hit right there. So mafic rocks are usually high in iron and magnesium. So good hot rock source. So basalt rocks, for example, are a pretty good hot rock that people stumble upon when they're metal detecting. So this metal detector could be just detecting the iron concentrations in this rock. There's a hit right there. Another small hit there. Alright, so I made my way up just a little bit. We got some nice quartz veins right about there. So we'll see what the gold bug can find. Oh, what do you know? Get that nice and flat. Hear that? Just barely something right there in that quartz vein. Oh. That might be the ground, actually. Yeah. Getting interference from the ground. The ground mineralization here is different from the rock mineralization. So since I'm so close to the ground, I might be getting false signals right here. And if I mineral, let me try to ground balance to the ground, see if that helps. Alright, try this again. See? Hear that? Getting something right there, right in that vein. And we got that piece. Alright, so next let's detect some of this rock that's fallen down. See if there's anything that we can find here. Getting a hit here. Might be that rock right there. Ah! Might be another rock right there. So we're getting hit on this little rock right here. There's definitely some oxides on it, so probably just another hot rock, maybe. There could be gold in there, you never know, but there's lots of iron staining, so I'm going to just say it's the iron. Speaking of which, let me hit it with the iron discriminate. So I've read you should try to avoid running an iron discriminate because it can discriminate small targets. So, yeah. Now it's not hitting anything. So, just probably a hot rock. It was detecting this rock, and there is some quartz in there, along with some feldspar, so there could be some gold, who knows. But getting tons of hits. This is very exciting stuff here. Got some gold here. I mean, not gold, quartz. However, I can hear some tiny little hits inside here. I think they're hits anyways. I am a beginner at this, so possibilities. Alright, so we have some highly oxidized rock here, and nice loud signal. There's that hole in the ground where the gases were coming out, and I can smell some gases coming out right now. That wind's picking them up and I can smell them pretty good, so these are still going on, still going strong. Anyways, we got some of that mafic rock, that amphibole hornblende metamorphic rock with the garnets, and it's messing with the detector. Alright, so looking at this rock, there's tons of iron oxidation going on here. You can see there's some very dark spots. It's very rusted colored rock here. If I put the detector over this spot, hear that? The detector's just probably picking up all the iron that's in this rock, most likely. But I was looking here, right there, you see that? There's like this little pocket. There's this little like cavity, and there's like this metallic looking material in there. That's interesting. Huh. Alright, so here's the vein. Alright, got a signal there. Alright, so one thing I've learned about this detector is it likes to go off on this mossy stuff here. So you see all this moss. It likes to sense that. All right, so next I'll hit this area right here. Definitely got some iron staining here. Lots of oxidizing minerals. There's like these little veins here. So we'll hit those real quick. All right, so start from the top, I guess. We got a hit there. I'm gonna turn on iron discriminate and see what happens. Yeah, it goes away. So, except for a couple of pops. So it's just likely iron hot rock. Turn it off. So if I come up here, it's a pretty strong signal right there. Okay, I'm going to turn on iron discriminate. Still getting pretty high pops. So we got something right there maybe. There's a little quartz vein right there too. Highly mineralized rock, so let me turn it on highly mineralized rock and see what happens. Still getting a hit there, but you can probably just barely hear it. Turn it off. Let me put the low just to see what happens. Yep, still there. Alright. Alright, so I was getting a hit. Got pretty strong one right about in here somewhere. So it's kind of hard to tell what this is, but it looks like there's some folding here. And there's some smaller little veins. And it looks like there's some crystal, not crystal, but some quartz and feldspars mixed with some other minerals. There's a fold here. Lots of oxidation happening here too, as you can tell. So let's move on. So in mylonite zones, you get these areas of eye-shaped or lens-shaped round areas that are made up of quartz and feldspars. I hope you can see these right here. And they can get quite large and they can be small, but they form in the mylonite zones from the shear strain on the rock. And in these mylonite zones, you can also get these hot fluids that follow the bedding planes and up the shear. So there could be some stuff in here, so let's hit it real quick with the detector and see what we find. All through that. Okay, let me turn on iron discriminate. Still getting some pops. Okay, I'm going to turn on high mineralization, see what happens. Can barely hear it still going on. Now let me do it with iron discriminate both. So with high mineralization and iron discriminate on, it's still giving me a nice read right there. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so I've moved down. Here's that giant vein here. There's a little smaller veins up there that I can't get to, and then you got that vein that comes down here. So we'll hit it with the metal detector. Here's some pieces of the big vein that came off. See that? Some good looking stuff right here. This is from that large vein. Like I said, this vein's pretty big vein here. So getting hits right down there. All right, we got a piece of little quartz right here, a little vein. Got a very faint signal. Hear it? just barely there. And we got some more up here, let's see. Alright, so then we got this big vein. Wow, that's super loud right there. Gonna have to check that out. Try over here. Alright, so that'll do it for today. Got to test the new metal detector. Very excited to get it, and pretty exciting results, so hopefully there's something there. At the moment, I have no way of processing any of those rocks, so looks like there might be some stuff there. There's a lot of hot rocks, but a lot of it looked promising. And again, I'm very much a beginner when it comes to this detector, so I have much to learn. But anyways, this will do it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.